Welcome, folks. It's Wednesday night. Doesn't it feel good to be back? Did everybody get outside? Ooh, what's that? Did everybody get outside at least a little bit today? That is so great. So I'm going to shuffle tonight. We're doing a reading. We are doing a reading. A couple things. I have music playing a little bit. Let me know if that gets distracting. I have my window open. Let me know if that also gets distracting. We can go totally silent here. So I'm just going to shuffle until we get a couple more eyes on here. I'm guessing everybody's outside, and I don't blame anybody for not being on here. It is just the first nice day in, gosh, what seems like forever. So I don't blame you. If we don't have a lot of viewers tonight, that's cool. You can always watch it later. We'll go through updates then while we're waiting for people to get on here. We have 311 members. So that is awesome. I connected with some wonderful, wonderful ladies this last weekend at Women's Feminine Empowerment event, and Miss Angela Rose hosted that down at the center, and it was pretty much all day. It was really, really amazing. I can't thank Angela enough for taking the time out of her busy days to schedule that event and do that. What else are the current events? So I have an open house coming up May 14th at Crush Nutrition here in Bloomer, Wisconsin. It's on Main Street. If you're unfamiliar with where that is, it is the old hardware store on Main Street, just across from the bank. So that's where I will be. It's an open house, and what that means, open house, it is open house concept oracle card reading. So, well, hello, Sandy. Somebody's watching. I think everybody's outside, Sandy. This might be just me and you. So the open house concept on May 14th is from 9 to 1. So I will have my cards there. I'm actually going to bring my my gazing ball with me this time. I don't like to take it out or take it away from my house because I'm worried about like dropping it and breaking it. But I will be bringing that. I will be bringing some crystals, and whoever walks in as a customer to Crush or just to see me, that's fine too, is going to get a free one card oracle card reading, like a little teaser reading, and I will be taking appointments. I can make an appointments at that time too. So come on in to Crush Nutrition, get a shake or a tea, and see me. Shake tea and see me. What else? I think I might be not doing a live the week of June 6th through June 10th. I don't know. It depends, because we're going to be in San Diego. We fly out Monday the 6th. And I might do one, depending on where we are, Tuesday nights. Because Wednesday night is meet and greet with we get to meet the drill instructors. So I might do it Tuesday. Or depending on how tired I am, I might do it Mondays. So, well, Sandy, it's just you and I. What the heck? It's so nice out. It's just so nice out. This might be the common theme. I did pick out a couple crystals for tonight. I kind of do them random. I kind of do whatever I feel drawn to me. So, Sandy, are you going to pick out some crystals? Is anybody else watching besides Sandy? It's just going to be me and Sandy tonight. That's all right. Everybody can watch it later. I do want to remind everybody that this is a safe space, and this group was created so that we have a safe space to talk about stuff that's on our intuitive mind. So if you are tapped into your intuitive ability or psychic ability or whatever ability that you want to claim, if you are practicing it or not practicing, you just want to kind of see what it's all about, this is the safe space. We allow comments. You can comment, and especially when we pull cards, if you are getting something from the cards or from your own card deck, if you choose to do cards simultaneously, that is cool too. We've done dual virtual readings before. So feel free to comment and question and on what we do here. So the first thing I want to do is, and Sandy, can you hear my music? Is it distracting? Is the window distracting? No? Yes? All right. So I pulled a card, and it's because I'm going to pull cards based on what the current moon phase is in. And tonight it's a waxing. It's a waxing moon. So here's the card. Here's what it looks like. We'll start out with this. I like to do an intro card. So that's kind of what the real moon tonight will look like, waxing. Isn't that cool? So appropriate, it says, what do you need to release? And I have been in such a funk. Like I for about a month or so, a couple weeks, I was in a push-pull. Then after Saturday's empowerment event, I felt like I was being pulled backwards. And that's not where I want to be. I don't want to be pulled backwards. I want to be like launched forward. So some things came up today, and it's like when I pulled this card specifically for the current day event, it says, what do you need to release? And I definitely need to release some stuff. So I plan on crying my eyes out after this to my playlist in the shower. I just need to cleanse and get it all out. So I'm gonna read from the book. The energy is gaining momentum. During the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive omen, indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of. Though it may take some work and you're not quite there yet, this is a time of energies rising up. Emotions are building too. Where do you want to go, and do you believe you can get there? Either you can just keep meditating and focusing on your desired outcome, or you can make the courageous commitment to take more practical steps towards your goals. We're back. I didn't see anything, Sandy, sorry. Who's the other eye? There's two eyes. Whichever you decide, you are most certainly on the right track. Attuned to the moon, I know I'm headed in the right direction. Additional meanings. The situation is full of potential. Your dreams can come true. More effort is yet required. Are you willing to give up? Review your goals and ensure you're still committed. Keep moving forward. And the teaching. The waxing cycle is the period of the lunar cycle from new moon to full moon. And during this time, the moon appears to be slightly bigger and rounder every night. And this is a very promising card. It suggests now is the time to make plans and to act on them, no matter when you actually pull the card. Oh, cool. I like that. So that is from this deck, Moonology. Anybody else watching? Well, so I shuffled the cards. Oh, I wanted to tell you what stones I have pulled tonight. So I have selenite. This is my new one I got. I like this little selenite. I also have black tourmaline. Black tourmaline. Protection. And sunstone, because we need to channel some more sun. I like this. It's really sparkly. Oh, and I will be doing the last of the chakra, the crown chakra. I wasn't pulled to do it tonight, and I'm unprepared. So I want to do a little bit more preparing on that. I'm actually going to turn this off. All right. So I shuffled the deck. I'll shuffle them one more time. And if nobody hops on, we have two eyes. I don't know where they are, but I don't know who they are. But we have two. Sandy, are you still on here? Did I lose you? Did I lose my one and only viewer tonight? Cards are my modality. Cards are my way of kind of tapping in to any questions that I might have for myself. Okay, you're here. Great, great. Cards are my modality. They're the way I use to tap into my intuition, and also allowing the universe to give permission for me to be a conduit of any messages that that we ask or that come forward. All right, so I'm gonna shuffle one more time, and then I'm gonna pull. Are you ready, Sandy? There was two eyes. I don't know if it was you on your phone and you on your computer. All right. So what's our intent? Is it for the highest good, or do we have a question? Question? I think we should just do for whoever, for the universe. Like, let's just pull. Okay, first card. And I know you have this deck, Sandy. Whoa. It's the number one card. After all that shuffling, I must have shuffled these like probably 20 times. The Bone Collector. So our intent was, yeah, just go with it. Totally. Now I want a little bit of music. All right. So there's a clock. Sandy, it's number one. I know you have the deck, so you want to read, you want to look at your deck. There's a lot going on in this card. There's like a bird overhead. There's a feather. There's some skulls. Sand. Smoke. She has a peacock feather, a huge one, a clock, a heart. It's like, looks like a locket. And she's sitting on what appears to be like a star. Okay. So right off the bat, with all this scribing, what's BRB? What's BRB? So right off the bat with that, I'm getting like kind of like what's written in stone almost. Oh, be right back. Okay. Like there's, so when something's written in stone or written, it means that that is the way that it is to be followed. So there's something that we should be following, a certain guideline or rule that we should be like, and because there's a clock, I'm getting that we should be dialing back into to maybe look at that. Or you're getting friends. Friends. You're getting friends. Okay. Well, she's sitting next to a little bunny. And I like bunnies. Bunnies can be very, is there a bunny outside? Kind of like look at what's written down. And then look, and there's a clock. So like kind of go back. Oh. Like, okay. So look at what you've journaled. Go back and look at what you've journaled. Whoa. Is this for me? Because I've been journaling and writing a lot. Let's read from the book. Here it is again, folks. Does this resonate with anybody? I hope so. Come on in, Nige. Come here. Give me your spot. All right. Stupid music's throwing me off. Okay. When the bone collector appears, she is asking you to look closely at your circumstances to see if you're fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Whenever we're wounded, especially when we're young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt. We accept a particular version of the truth that then sets us up to behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation that reminds us of the original event. What we know about ourselves thus becomes influenced by a perception of limitation. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable, or expect to be criticized. No matter what your question, the bone collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. She has kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding and is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack. Oh! You are whole and have everything you need within. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. Let's pick another card. What do you think about that, Sandy? Should we pick another card? It's just us. I didn't think we would have very many tonight. It's too nice out. Isn't that what friends are for? Oh, yeah. Not judging, always there, and know the truth. Oh, perfect. Yes. Yes, definitely. I see where you're headed. Shuffle, and then we'll pick. Okay. Top card. Movement. Movement. You want you want 22? Okay. Did you pick a 22 or you want me to pick 22? Because I can pick 22. I can find it. Okay. Movement. Number 28. He said no and yes. I don't know what... I don't know what question you're responding to. You're funny. Okay. Movement. I had the 22 in my head. Oh, okay. Well, I'll count out 22 next, okay? Ooh, look at this. So this is like, okay, right away I'm getting a balance. I asked multiple questions. Yes, I did. Keep me on point, Sandy. Keep me on task. Shiny squirrels. Okay, so this card, movement, I'm getting balance right away because an ostrich is supposed to be really fast. But if you look here, you can hardly see it. But there's a snail. There's a snail on the back of that ostrich's head. And snails are slow. Oh my gosh, I've never gotten this from this card before, but I'm also getting like you're going slow enough. Okay, this is really cool. So you're on something fast. Like, okay, so daily life is just moving constantly. But look at, we have to slow it down because look at, this is going so slow that there was something able to like take growth on top of it. That is so cool. And then there's a windmill and then a hot air balloon. So is that the, okay, so let's peel apart that onion. So we got a hot air balloon that's hot and that rises slowly. We have the windmill. So hot air balloon takes hot air from fire to make it rise because heat rises. And the windmill moves with momentum. You see the difference? So the windmill will only move with a certain amount of wind, a certain amount of gust. Yes, because there's always change. Oh, very true. So the windmill is moving, and that from momentum, from a breeze. That's not going to move if there's not any movement in the wind. And the hot air balloon is basically kind of what you create, because that's like a hot air balloon doesn't rise with any of the elements. That doesn't move with wind. That's like hot air. And we have to create the air inside this hot air balloon to go up. So I'm getting, like, there are some things we can control and some things we cannot. Ooh, I've never gotten that from this card before. I'm so excited. Yes, there are some things we can control because we can control a hot air balloon. And there are some things we can't control, which is how fast and how much wind there is to move this. Am I on point, Sandy? Tell me I'm on point. Let's see if that resonates with anybody. All right. Moving forward or up in the hot air balloon, but you will get there. Oh, well, look at, you are in time of a positive forward motion. This is the time for positive momentum as you come out of a period of restriction. You're in a stage of new adventure and discovery. You may feel compelled to take a trip, change your hair, or move your home or business. Regardless, you can't remain where you are anymore. You feel compelled to go forward. Oh, Shelly's on. Hello, Shelly. We're reading cards. No matter what your inquiry, you will see your dreams take form and doors previously shut begin to open as if by magic. Movement is also a state of mind. The fog lifts and you now know the actions you need to take. This isn't the time for fear. Let it go and move forward. So Shelly, we pulled the movement card if you're just tuning in. And so we got the hot air balloon and the ostrich is fast and there's a snail on his head and snails are slow. So we got a balance. And then we got that sometimes we're moving so slow that we're actually able to like accept growth because this ostrich is moving slow enough so that something grows on its back. And we also got that we cannot control. There are some things we can control and some things we can't control because we can control the hot air in this balloon because that's man-made, hot air. But we cannot control the wind that moves that windmill. You can hardly see it. There, is that better? So isn't that powerful? All right, well, Shelly's on here, so let's pick. Shelly, do you have a number that you'd like? I can pick a card out of the deck if you give me a number. If you're still on here. We'll give Shelly a little bit to pick a number. Well, we have 4 eyes, but I don't know who they are. Oh, you want number 2. Perfect. So let me just finish shuffling these. We don't have a theme just yet. We just kind of did it from, we're going with our gut. Sandy said, go with the flow. All right, 1, 2. So your card, Shelly, is, ooh, listening. listening. Look at that. Do you have a hard time listening, Shelley? Or are you struggling with somebody listening to you? Or do you have a lot of thoughts going on in your head? Sandy, this always happens. Like, my internet is like funky. I'm sorry, folks. Something is not right here tonight. Some energy is really wacko tonight. So back to what I was saying. Sandy, Shelley, do you feel like somebody's getting a free ride from you? Do you feel that way? But the music notes, what do the music notes? Music notes. You'd like to sing your own song, but you're always kind of doing what people tell you. Shelley, are you still here? Would you care to comment? There are no wrong answers. This is a safe space. Apparently it's just saying Hugh and Sandy. I didn't catch it. Your screen paused. Oh, okay. So what I asked is the two little birds. So you know how when you look at like National Geographic, there's like always a bird sitting on the back of an elephant. So I'm asking you, do you feel like somebody is getting a free ride from you? And the music notes, are those, do you feel that you kind of go by what others want you to do and not really what you want to do? And then in the beginning, I asked you, are you having a hard time listening? Are you having a hard time listening to people? Or are you having a hard time getting someone else to listen to you? Seem to be strong on your thoughts and stand your ground. We're going to wait and let Shelley process that. Well, because that's what I'm getting. Is that somebody is taking you for a free ride. And maybe you're not listening to your heart, to what you really want to do, and you should be listening to yourself. The latter, someone listening to me. Okay. Well, there's no harm in speaking from the heart and speaking from the truth. Because if you feel strongly about something, you need to tell that person how you feel. Because maybe they have no idea how you feel. Maybe they have no idea if this certain situation bothers you. Maybe they've never even thought about it. Maybe you just need to give them a different perspective and talk about it. Conversations are wonderful because it lets people know how you feel, and then they get to respond, and then you get to respond. That's what a conversation is. Okay, let's read from the book. An open heart will hear the message. When this card appears, you're being reminded that there is a time to speak and a time to be silent. Now is an occasion for listening. Pay attention not only to what is being spoken, but also to what is not being said at the moment, for the deeper message is not always obvious. Listen with your heart, not just your ears, and you'll find clarity. Now I'm going to stop right there, because when I hear that, when I read that, listen with your heart, I hear a lot of people going, okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? How am I listen to my heart? That means kind of set aside judgment. Set aside your own opinions or your own beliefs and values, and really listen to that person and listen to their perspective. And then when you can clear your head of all your inner jargon and all your beliefs, then maybe you can see their point of view. Does that make sense? So Listen with your heart, not just your ears, and you'll find clarity. Receiving the listening card is a fortunate sign and ensures a greater understanding of your circumstances. Is this the pink elephant in the room? Oh, the conversation nobody wants to talk about. Yes, the conversation nobody wants to talk about. Well, eventually somebody's going to have to talk about it because everybody's going to be... Oh, Sister's watching. Hello, Sister. I thought you'd be outside setting up all your outside stuff. So we're pulling a card. Terry, do you want a card? Yes. So eventually those conversations need to be had because everybody in the room is either complaining about the situation and not doing anything about it. And you can complain until you're blue in the face, but that's not going to change anything. It's like the definition of insanity. What is doing something over and over and over and over, and getting the same results? That's insanity. You're not going to get anywhere if you keep doing the same behavior over and over and over. So if you want change, you have to change. You have to do something different. All right, Terry, do you have a card? Are you still watching or did you scroll on? Shelly, do you have any other questions? Does that make sense? Are you going to have that conversation? Maybe sleep on it. You could always write down what you want to say. That kind of helps. Write down what you want to say, like pretend you're speaking to that person or to those people, and then write down some things you want to say. You can always write that person a letter too, the old-fashioned. Lloyd does it all the time. If you don't know how to write a letter, just ask Lloyd. He'll show you how to write a letter. All right, any questions? All right, Shelly, is Terry still on here? Sure, wow me. Well, you need to pick a number so I can pick a card for you. Unless Sandy wants me to pick her number. I'm just going to shuffle until somebody gives me a number or a question. Isn't this fun? Shelly, we could do this in person too. I know you mentioned before that you wanted one. We could do this in person. 23. Oh, Kelly Corbin's watching. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. We're picking cards. Okay. All right. 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Ooh, you got the Moonlight card, Sister. And that's 51. So I counted out 23 cards. Kelly, you can be next when we get done with Sister here. We're just pulling a little bit. We're just pulling cards. Wow, this is really powerful. The Moonlight. So there's owl and a fern. I want to write down, I wrote down what some of an owl. So owls, see the owl right there? Pay attention to your insight, inner wisdom. Trust your gut and be truthful. That's what the spiritual meaning of owls is. So, Sister, I see you fluttering along, taking care of everybody else, and not taking time for yourself. Like, truly take time for yourself. Is that true? Because look at all her wings. They're just, she's got them all out, always sprawn out, always helping others. But that owl is like really trying to tell you something. And the way the moon is like kind of got a spiral, it's like, it's kind of like you're always in your head and you feel guilty when you want to do something for yourself. because you know that you'll be interrupted because somebody will want something from you. I'm a caregiver. I take care of the people. You also need to take care of yourself. Self-care is very important. It's just as important as a caregiver. You need to be a care receiver. Okay? Does that make sense? Let's read from the book. Unless Sandy wants to give her 2 cents. Or anybody. Give it a try. Look at the card, girls and boys. And use your intuition and tell me what you're getting. I need to do these lives different so that I need to do these lives differently so that people, so that you guys can see the card, you know. I could hold on to it like this and read it. Okay, let me find it and then I'll hold it up so that you guys can still look at it. Yeah. Sandy says you need to just go with your gut. Okay, I gotta put the card down. Moonlight, here it is. Okay. All right, I'm gonna hold it as I read it. Your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, logical, and analytical. Follow it. Moonlight beckons. Come and trust your intuition to lead you into places that may not seem logical. Your hunches will be right on target. Resist second-guessing yourself, for your alternative perception is especially sharp right now. You can see beyond the surface of things and truly read between the lines. This is a good time to use oracle cards or other systems of divination to gain information. Remember that the language of intuition is a symbolic one. It comes subtly through a hunch, a tingling, a clear sound, or an animal or object crossing your path. Spirit is sending you messages to help you now. Success is yours if you follow the signs. Sister, I'm getting, is that a time hourglass in the picture? Is it half full or half empty? You know, it looks like it's, well, it depends on how you look at an hourglass. But it looks like it's halfway. Like it's halfway filled and halfway empty. So that's what hourglass is very unique, because when it's halfway both ways. Do you understand? So maybe you're leading a balanced life. Or you need to balance. I just said that before. You need to take self-care. I'm also getting, because I know you, I'm also getting that your puzzles that you do is kind of like your meditation. But here's my suggestion. You need to put the phone down and truly just use your intuition when you're doing these puzzles. So you can let Pammy sit a while and put TikTok down and just do the puzzle. Put the phone down and just do the puzzle. And it will, I think you're going to be surprised at what you get for intuition if you just put that phone away and just concentrate on the puzzle. Does that make sense? You want to see it again? Oh. I got put the phone down on that one. All right. Let's see. Kelly, are you still on here? Kelly Corbin, would you like to pick a number? Terry, use your intuition. This is a free space, safe space. I invite and encourage everybody to tune into their intuition and to read the cards that I put up. There are no wrong answers. So I'm going to shuffle, and if Kelly is still on here, I'm going to allow her to give me a number, and then I will count out that number out of the cards. We have 5 eyes. I need to research, and oh, 13. Okay. All right, 13 it is. Friday the 13th is coming up. 12, 13. Oh, you got Dry Desert. This card has been coming up in so many readings lately. All right, guys, I'm going to give everybody a little time to really focus on their intuition. And I want you to comment on what anybody gets. There are no wrong answers. So, because of this card has been coming up a lot lately, see how she's walking away from her original, or maybe this is somebody else's paths. So what leads me to this is, are you following your own path, or are you on somebody else's path? Because this might not be her path, because she's going in this direction now. Or you could also look at it as she was on her path, and now she changed her mind. She doesn't want to go that path. Or there are circumstances in her life that are forcing her to go a different direction. And she's going against the wind. She's going into the wind. And that is going to create resistance. But it's not impossible. I like this card. And then there's like little ripples in the sand. So that's like every little ripple. Like, okay, so what you do affects this person, and then what that person does affects the next person. So there's like ripple effects, kind of like a snowball effect. Oh yeah, insert music. She did ask for a 13 and she got a 31. Yes, she did. Is anybody else getting anything intuitively? That's what I get. I like that. I'm going to read from the book, Dry Desert. And then there's a seagull. I didn't write down seagull, but I wrote down raven and crow. So those represent let go, prepare for death or rebirth. Now, I want to set people straight, because the crow has a bad rap. When people see black crows, they think, oh, death is coming. But it's not really death. It's just the death of like an idea, or the rebirth of a new idea, or letting go of something. So it's like the death of a burden that should no longer serve you anymore. So it doesn't always have to be like the death, like somebody's going to die, that kind of physical death. It's more of like a letting go. All right, we're going to read from the book for Kelly. Is anybody else on here? We have 4. Ooh, dig deep for inspiration and truth. Now is the time to become resilient and adaptable. Is your life presenting you with opportunities that seem to yield nothing? Have your ideas dried up? Does it feel like you're on an endless journey through a dry, hot, lifeless desert? This card reminds you that there are times when you're meant to become resilient as you journey through harsher circumstances. You're being required to conserve your energy until, after consistent effort, you reach the oasis you're searching for. Consider the creatures that live in these conditions. They have adapted to thrive in spite of the outer environment. In a desert, water, essential for life, can be found deep underground. Go deep within yourself now, find your truth there, and let spirit sustain you while you locate the real source. Whatever it is you're asking about will not be found in the conditions you're in until you move past the surface of things and choose to do the real work and discover the answers deep within you. This may not seem like the most productive time, but looks are deceiving. This is an important place to find what's truly right for you. Ooh, I like that card. Does that make sense, Kelly? Does that resonate with you? Do you have any questions about that card? I have a little bit more time. So I'm gonna pull one more card, and then I have an affirmation card that I'd like to pull. So interesting, as this journey to start building a house seems to be dragging on. Oh, that is a journey. That is a journey that, oh, I bet you and your husband are getting to know each other all over again by building a house. Sister, we were just talking about when you and Dwayne were building your house. I couldn't imagine building a house with my husband. I love my husband, but we have very different ideas and very different, what do you want to call it? Like interior decorating perspectives. It would have to be if I won the lottery. I would be like, I don't care. You know, I'd have to be like, okay, I need a sunroom. And I would like some kind of like hot tub or small pool, and a shower and a tub big enough, but I don't need like marble or any of that jazz. So there would be a couple things that I would need. Otherwise I'd be like, I don't care. But that's if money was no object. Of course, I think we can all pretty much say that if money was no object, our husbands would have everything. Okay. So I'm just going to pull the top card. And it is a One Ring Circus. This card's been coming up quite a bit too. So look at it. We got another elephant. I'm going to have to research more and write it down because there's different meanings of when the elephant's trunk is down and when the elephant's trunk is up. Oh, Lori's watching. Hello, Lori. We're pulling cards. All right. So, well, this one's interesting because we are in that moon phase that we talked about in the very beginning. The waxing moon phase, where it's, if you look out tonight, it looks like this. That's what the moon phase looks like. And then we also have this moon right here. That's what it, so it's synchronicity. So with this one, she's sitting up there on top of this elephant. The elephant is standing on top of this mountain, or this this cliff thingy here, whatever you want to call it, this rock. And the water on the one side is kind of like, it's wakey, and then here it's like still. So we have a lot of like opposites. Just looking. She's looking, it's kind of like, there's like a theme, because this one had like a movement. You can't control things. You can only control what you can control. That was like kind of a opposite one. And then we had this one, which is like different paths. And then we had this one where the what do you call it? The hourglass was like equally half empty and equally half full. So if I go with the theme, and she has like red tights on and green tights. So there's something going on with this, in this situation with somebody. Elephants are heavy and stand their own ground, as if you're solid and it doesn't bother you about what's happening around you. See more. Come on. I don't want to lose it. Okay. Around you. I think she's okay, like, not knowing and knowing. And I think it's like strong-willed and strong-minded. That's what I'm getting. Anybody else? Let's hear what somebody else has. Use your intuition, girls. We all have it. I'm going to hold it up. You are capable and competent. Independence is key now as you step into your journey. Others may not have the vision or resources that you need. Recognize that all the wisdom you've acquired along the way makes you particularly competent, capable of moving forward with assurance. Self-reliance is important. Another aspect to consider is creating and maintaining clear boundaries between you and another. Be discerning about your partnerships at this time. When you know who you are and have a healthy sense of where you end and others begin, you're able to enter into the best kind of relationships and will attract people who mirror back your wholeness. Interdependent relationships are always mutually supportive, stimulating, and transformative. You can achieve anything at this time. Well, that kind of goes like what you said, Sandy. Lori, we're going to pull the last card for Lori, and then I'm going to do the affirmation card because we're getting close to an hour. So, Lori, would you give, if you want a card pulled, I need a number from you from, what is this? From 1 to 54. Or just any old special number that you use. A lucky number, a special number. Is Lori still on here? If Lori doesn't call on, I'm going to do the affirmation card. I love doing one card readings. They're fast. Lori, 10. Okay, this is the last one. I'm closing it after Lori, and then we're going to do an affirmation card for everybody that's watching out of that deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I do these oracle card readings. I charge $30 an hour. $30 for the hour, for the first hour, whatever. If it goes over the hour, I don't charge anymore. But if you want a full-blown... Ooh, look at this card. Commitment. What's everybody feeling? There's a lot of little hearts. I'm getting like a masculine hand with the other hand, Lori. Is there a masculine energy relationship that's been on your mind lately? It's got a lot of hearts, but then we got rainbows and we got bubbles and stars. So it could be, oh. Lori, your dad has passed on, correct? There's a little bubble with a heart in it. I'm going to wait for Lori to respond because I have another question. Here, everybody look at it. Oh, yeah, Jesse. My nephew just passed. Okay. So, I'm getting like a real, like, okay, so I'm getting the words like let go. Let go. This is where I'm supposed to be. Oh, hello, Amanda. Signing on late. Yes, you are. But stay tuned because we're going to do an affirmation card for everybody. I'm just reading a card for Lori here. So, anytime this card comes up, it usually means someone has passed on. And so far, every time that this card comes up with that little thing on it, there's a couple cards that have that little key with the wings on it. It usually means, so I'm getting like his commitment was, he was committed to giving it his all, even though he knew that he wasn't going to survive this. So there's lots of stars and lots of hearts. So know that he's comfortable. He's not in any pain. And I keep getting, let go, let it go. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm where I belong. Does that help, Lori? Because like you're not holding hands, but you're like kind of, you know, letting go, saying goodbye. And look at how he's like, this is like the white divine. He's in a good place now. I'll read from the book. Sorry for your loss, dear. Did you want to look at it again? I can send you this. I can send you that, Lori, if you'd like. Let me know. I can send anybody screenshots of their cards if they prefer. I have not put them away yet. 36. A true commitment is a responsibility of the heart, mind, body, and soul. This is a good time to make one. Partnerships formed at this time are harmonious and powerful. Oops. The commitment card also indicates the natural evolution of a relationship from its inception to a literal or metaphorical marriage. At the very least, there is a promise of fulfillment in some form. However, you must be conscious of what you're committing to. Be clear about the nature of your commitment and your responsibility to it. Others are more willing to enter into partnerships at this time. Remember that your partnership with Spirit and the highest version of your own self will engage the highest self in another. I'm going to read reversed for you, Lori. You may be walking into a commitment or contract you will later regret. This isn't a good time to sign agreements or make any choice that would tie you up for a long period. If you're in a relationship, you may not receive the commitment you desire. Don't despair, for something much better awaits you. Now is also the time for agreements to be broken. Remember that rejection is God's protection. What hurts you now leads to wisdom later. I like that. Okay, sorry, Amanda. I'm going to do the affirmation card, and that's for everybody. So are you still on here? Oh, and Laurie, you said sure. Okay, I will send you a snippet, a little screenshot of the card. So this last card, there's a little bit of arts to it. This is kind of like the one that I'm currently in the works with right now. I had the rebirth or the birth of an idea. I'm going to make my own affirmation card deck. It's not going to be an oracle card deck because that has like a book. I'm going to do a more deck like this where it's just, it's got like art on the front and then it has either a poem or a saying. Okay, you're here. All right. Stay tuned. I'm pulling an affirmation card. These are hard to shuffle. They're so stiff. Okay. I'm going to cut the deck. Take this one. Oh, look at this one. Oh, I like this one. I like that. Oh, wow. This kind of goes... This is a good one for everybody here tonight, if they're still on. It says prayer. In times of need, in times of hurt, in times of anger, it is easy to turn outward and focus on what we do not have or what we want most. But remember, gentle soul, you are always allowed to ask for guidance, to ask for help, to ask how, to ask why. Do not forget that you are never alone. The divine is always with you. To seek it, my love, all you need to do is turn inward. I like that. I will send that. I will send that to all of you in your personal Facebook messages, or I can actually just post it to the live when it gets done. Hello, Kim. We are just finishing up here. So that is how an Oracle card reading goes for virtual for one card. That's just a little teaser. Like I said, I will be at Crush Nutrition on May 14th. That is a Saturday. And I will be there from 9 to 1 doing little, what we did tonight, just a little one card draw for everybody. And then I'm going to be opening up my date book for appointments. When you were reading Lori's card, I was going to use my cell to take a pic, but yet again, my phone glitched and my light. I will send that to you, Sandy and Lori. I have my manifest card right on my bathroom mirror. First thing I see in the morning and last thing I see at night. Yes. And Oracle cards can be done by anybody, folks. You do not have to think you're intuitive. We are all intuitive because we all are connected. So if you want to just, I got my first deck out of pure fun because me and my friend, she bought it for me years before my journey. And we were just kind of doing it like, how it said out of the book. So we were just intrigued by, ooh, that makes sense, it's kind of cool. Yeah, it gives you insight and gives you perspective. So Oracle cards are fun. I use them at, kind of to fill in the gaps. I use them to kind of turn my intuition fully on. And I also use, messages from Spirit. All right, folks, I will keep this one out, and I'll send everybody's card because Shelly got the listening. That was Terry's, and that was Kelly's, and this was Lori's. Okay, all right, I will send you these in private Facebook. All right, thank you all for tuning in. Let's see, next Wednesday will be the crown chakra. I was not prepared this week, and I thought I would just I didn't have any readings on the schedule, so I'm like, I'll just do a little virtual. So next Wednesday will be back to the last chakra, which is the crown chakra, and then I'm gonna do I might start doing 2 a week. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I want to do like the card night, and then I also want to do an informative night. So maybe we'll just do half of the next slide or my lives. Half of it will be informative, where we talk about certain themes, because I have some new ones that came up with what I've been experiencing. And then we can pull like a couple cards for our viewers. So thank you all for joining our group. We have 311 members. That's awesome. Thank you all for joining and watching and supporting and promoting. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Peace, love, joy.